Come on.
He would have stole the
Quiet on the set, please.
Borgnine residence.
Hi, is this Harry?
Hey, Carlo, how are you?
Hey, I'm just wild about Harry.
Harry, it's Johnny Salami and Carlo Bellario.
All right, I'll give you this kindly gentleman here.
Oh, he's a world-class gentleman.
A classic. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Borgnine. How are you, sir?
Who's the next?
It's the Wise Guy Show.
This is a Carlo. You don't remember me?
Okay. You got it the wrong number, I think.
Oh, I know. I got it the right number.
Right the number, you think?
I hope so, or else I call in the wrong place. I know.
I don't think so.
Oh, Manager Lamaron. Who am I calling? Is this a Chinese restaurant?
That's Chinese, yes, that's right.
Manager Lamazeria. Give me a number 2 to go. Mr. Borgnine, I just wanted. Harry told me that.
The name is Ernie.
Are you? Oh, thank you. I wanted to wait until you gave me the Ernie. It's an honor to even be talking to you. It was a pleasure meeting you at the Chiller Convention. And I mean, I felt like I was at Motor Vehicles waiting in line to talk to you. That's how long the lines were for you.
All right, Kyle. Okay.
So, oh, hold on 1 second. I just got to fix this.
All right, go ahead.
So, Harry tells me you're in a big movie now. You're getting ready to do another movie.
I'm ready to do another one. I'm studying like a son of a gun for it.
Can you give us a little details on it, or?
Well, it's called The Man Who Shook the Hand of Vicente Fernandez.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And believe it or not, there is a Vicente Fernandez, and he's they call the Sinatra of Mexico.
Oh, he's a big like a musician in Mexico, right?
He's one of the biggest in the world.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, he's revered over there like Frank Sinatra used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to work with that man, and I tell you, I'm looking forward to it because he's a hell of a guy, and I understand people just go crazy about him.
Yeah, he was like Selena was before she, you know.
Yeah. So I'm getting all set and getting ready to work with him, and it's the same old thing all over again, you know. It's like to study again.
Well, I got to give you credit because I mean, at 94, and you got all your wits about you. You're in better shape than some 19-year-olds.
I'm shaking and I'm knocking wood as I say this, and I thank you very much. But believe me, it's been a strain.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, a lot of people, oh my goodness, they got to retire. You know, they got to retire to what?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yes.
But find out that in 2 weeks' time they're saying to themselves, "Mamma mia! Well, what am I going to do next? I played golf yesterday. I'm going to play golf again today. I don't want to play golf again today. I want to go somewhere, do something."
Yeah. How many games I got?
I'm going crazy.
Golf is very relaxing, but it gets boring after a while.
They wonder what the heck they should be doing when they're not working like that. And, you know, I tell you, it makes an awful lot of sense to keep your business about you and keep doing what you're doing, because if you like it, what the heck, that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take your time doing it.
No. What? Yeah. See.
Gabish.
What kind of what role do you play in this movie?
I'm playing the lead role of Rex, a guy who wants to be an actor and never made it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're the lead. Wow, very good. Now, were you approached for this, or was this something you put in for, or were you even looking to do any kind of work, or is it just somebody?
They said, "We want you," and that's all there is to it. And I said, "Okay, hey man, I'm not ready to quit yet."
Absolutely not. You're still going. Absolutely, you know. And I did a little research on you, and I knew a lot about you already because you know I've loved you all my life. I mean, I only go back as far as the '60s, but you're an Oscar winner, and it's an honor to even be talking to an Oscar winner. You know, and you're a decorated war hero too.
You're only as good as your last picture. Remember?
Exactly. Was the Titanic? Was that Oscar nominated? Oh no.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Poseidon
Adventure.
No, no, not the Poseidon Adventure. No, it was a couple of people. I think what the
Song got an Oscar for
who was it?
Song did for that.
Yeah, she got the big fat lady. What the heck's her name?
Shelley
Shelley Winters.
Shelley Winters, yeah.
Fat lady.
Right.
But no, I won mine with a picture called Marty.
Now, Marty was Marty.
There you go. That's the movie.
All right.
Marty.
Absolutely.
Mr. Borgnine, friend of ours, Brian Booker, told us to tell you hello and that he's had Marty on his bookshelf since he's 8 years old. His mother gave it to him and it's been there ever since.
Who is this?
That's a
My
friend.
name's Mo. This is Mutzadel Mo.
What's it, Elmo?
Hey, all right, okay.
And a friend of the show, his name is Brian Booker. He has a copy of is it the book or is it a movie?
The movie.
He has a copy of the movie. He's had it since he was 8 years old. It was a present from his mother, and he's never gotten rid of it.
Tell her it better bring it up to date, though.
But so another thing that.
What's that?
Then another thing that I read about you when I was that you're a decorated war hero.
The decorated. I just did my stint and I came home and I was lucky, one of the lucky ones to come home safe and sound.
I mean, 10 years is not nothing to sneeze at. You got more medals than a gang member in Newark Airport.
There, hey, I was supposed to go to what the devil was it called? The Pacific.
Okay, the physical, right.
Thanks to my mother, she was the one that got me the part over there and a part. She got me on board a ship called the USS Sylph.
Okay.
And the guy said to me, he said, you got 6 years at sea duty already. He says, you're ready for land duty, you know what I mean? And the guy said, yeah, but there's a war on. He said, that makes no difference. You still got 6 years of sea duty. You deserve land. But they didn't have anything on land, so they put me on board a USS Sylph.
Okay.
It was a yacht.
Wow.
Private stateroom. I tell you, it was the best war I ever got into.
Wow. Well, what made you decide to go into the military? Did you have to, or you just something you wanted to, be patriotic about it, or?
Nobody has to, my friend. A lot of them would love to, but they can't. No, my mother was the one that started me off.
Oh, really?
I came home one day after looking for work after World War II, and I was all ready to say, hey, I'm going to go back into the service and do my other 10 years and get a pension. At least I'll have something. And out of the clear blue sky, she said, Ernie, what's the matter? And before I could say what's the matter, she said, have you ever thought of becoming an actor? She says, you always like to make a damn fool of yourself in front of people. Why don't you give it a try?
Right.
And I looked up and I said, Mom, that's what I'm going to be. And 10 years later, I had an Oscar put in my hand.
Wow.
A big lady.
Let me tell you something. You've done, in one lifetime, you've done more than 20 people in 20 lifetimes, and I can't say enough about it. I know.
I have to ask him.
Go ahead. John Salami wants to ask you something.
I was a big Sinatra fan. I still am, from Hoboken, and I'm from Jersey City, so Jersey City and Hoboken's next door to each other. How was it working with Sinatra?
He was marvelous. He was just the most wonderful guy in the world. I swear to goodness. He was a sweetheart. He was a man who had his foibles. Naturally, we all do. There are times when you just say that you don't want to be bothered by anybody, and hey, listen, I get that feeling too. But he was the kind of a guy that if he was your friend, he'd go to the end of the world for you. He was that kind of a fellow. I'll never forget. He was just the sweetest man in the world. And one day somebody told us a story about somebody needed some suitcases because they were going away, but they didn't have any suitcases.
Right.
And a whole bunch of suitcases came over and they put it down and they said, "Is this enough?" Where's the truck? Never mind. There doesn't want to be known.
Wow, that's great. Now, you're originally from Connecticut, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from Hamden, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. I kind of swore you were a New York boy by heart, but
About another story about Frank.
go ahead.
I want to hear this.
Guy, he was a guy. Remember what the heck was his name? Lee.
No,
Lee Majors.
Lee Cobb?
Lee Majors.
Lee Marvin?
No. Lee J. Cobb.
Oh, Lee J. Cobb, right.
Okay.
That was the guy. Lee J. Cobb. He was in a hospital with, had an operation on his heart and the whole bit.
Right.
And one day the ambulance backed up and they put him in the ambulance and they took him for a ride. He said, "Where are we going? Where are we going?" "Don't worry about it, Lee. Everything's fine." "Oh, okay." So they put him into Palm Springs and they brought him over to where Frank Sinatra was living.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Put him in this compound over there, and Frank went in to see him. And he looked at Frank and he said, "Mr. Sinatra," he said, "Why?" He said, "Don't worry about it. Everything's all set and everything." But then why? And Frank told him, he said, "Because I like your acting, buddy."
See, wow, that's a tremendous story.
That's the kind of a guy he was.
Yeah, I heard. Being from New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, I heard a lot of good and bad stories about Sinatra. But that comes with the territory. Not everybody can
Hey,
be.
listen, they tell you bad stories about me too.
No, we never heard that
I
one.
wouldn't believe him. I just, because you're the closest thing to a saint walking on this earth. Let me tell you. Now, let me ask you a question.
Anyway, we tried hard. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Let me ask you a question. If somebody were to come up to you and say, Ernest Borgnine, you've been in, I think, well over 150 movies, if I'm not mistaken?
205.
205? God bless.
Holy shit. Wow.
All right.
205 movies. That's
205 movies, that's nothing to sneeze about. You know what? And you know what?
That's amazing.
If somebody were to come to you and say, Ernie, what are you most proud of after your whole career? What is in Ernest Borgnine's mind his crowning jewel that you look back and was your favorite thing to do?
I think the most wonderful thing is that to say that I made people happy.
Oh, yeah.
If I made them happy and made them like, and they like my pictures and everything else, hey, you look back and you say, hey, that's something that
That's right.
nobody can buy. You know what I mean?
Right.
100%.
Better than winning Oscars, that's better than anything in the world. Because you can make one, like my mother told me, she said when I was a kid, she said, if you can make one person happy in the span of 24 hours, you've accomplished a great deal.
You know what? I like that. I've never heard that, and that's so true because I do stand-up comedy, and making people laugh, it may not seem a lot to somebody, but I think it's the most important, especially nowadays. Everybody's so uptight and wound too tight. It's like
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell the people everywhere. Come on, smile it up a little bit.
That's it.
Right.
That's what life is all about. You're supposed to be smiling, not scowling.
Ernie, if you were giving someone advice coming up, what would you tell them?
Save your money, buy houses and lots.
Oh my God! Now since
Lots of money.
Yeah, lots of money.
absolutely. Let me ask you a question. I'm a child of the '80s. I grew up, and one of my favorite shows was Airwolf. What was it like working on that series? You had never done TV before, right?
No, McHale's Navy.
No, it was fun. It really was. For a while there, it was just great because of the fact that we were allowed to go up in the planes and everything else, until the insurance companies found out about it.
Right.
No, you can't do that because we have insurance on you, and you go bad. If something happens, you're dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Not right away, but in the meantime, right at the beginning, it was wonderful, and it was quite a well-recognized television show, and I think we'd still be going if things had worked out. But hey, listen, it just didn't stay, and that was all there was to it.
Well, you know what? It's definitely a memorable part of the '80s. And you know what I noticed? I don't know if you agree with me, but the sitcoms of the '80s seemed like so much easier. It didn't seem like stressful. Any kind of acting or sitcoms is always hard on an actor, but it seems back then everybody was laid back. It wasn't like now. Everybody's uptight and it's got to be this way and that way. It seems like they were more fun to do back then.
Of course it was, because people were more at ease, for God's sake. they weren't as uptight as they are today. And we're back to that old adage again. We're uptight.
Exactly.
But, you know, come a little more the U.S. And one thing is that we ought to get to somebody that's going to, you know, show a little bit of respect for the American public and do it with what the Americans are supposed to be getting out of their Congress and the Senate.
Right.
Right.
You know, we can't just read the paper all the time saying that they're just going to do this, going to do that, and they never do a damn thing.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
it's easy to be an armchair quarterback, let me tell you.
What was your favorite president, Mr. Borgnine? What was your favorite president?
My favorite president was Truman,
Really?
Harry Truman.
Harry Truman. There you go.
He wasn't a pussy, that's why. He
There's no
kicked
pussy.
ass when he had to.
That's right.
But Truman, in my estimation, saved a whole bunch of people by dropping that atom bomb when he did.
Right.
He dropped two big
It was
ones.
a consideration.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it took an awful lot of guts to be able to say, drop that bomb so maybe we can bring that war to an end. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what he did.
Absolutely.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Let me, what do you think of the current state of politics today? I mean, to me, you know, and I'm not a big political guy, you know, I understand people have to get involved, but there's nobody that's going to come into office, that's in office now or going to come in the future that's going to be able to change things. All these politicians are nothing but figureheads. The country is run by other people, and it's just a shame that, like, I don't think there's anybody that's going to come in and do anything more spectacular instead and just make a bunch of phony promises, if you ask me.
Let me tell you something. I got two words for that. But I love America. I really do love America, and I go over this country. Every time I go across on an airplane, I keep my window open and I look at this beautiful country of ours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see the Grand Canyon, and you see all these wonderful lands and everything else, and beautiful cities, and you know, you say to yourself, my God, how can it get so bad?
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
know. Is it our fault, or whose fault is it real? Who do you blame?
My friend, it stinks.
Yeah.
That's the name of the politics, because it's being run by two factions that have just come to, all they want is a recognition for themselves and not for anybody else. This is not being run by the United States, or the people in the United States. It's being run for the parties.
Mm-hmm.
The two parties will never come to agreement, and as long as they don't come to agreement, you and I are going to be stuck in our thumbs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You are so right. I mean, it's just a shame with all the stuff that's going on, and it's just, that's why everybody's so uptight. And that's why I don't even, when I do my stand-up comedy, I steer away from political comedy, because it's...
Don't blame you, because you know a lot of people right now are just saying, what the hell does Borgnine know? Well, I'll tell you, it's what I feel inside. And you know something? I feel a lot for this country. I really do. You
Right.
do fight for the country for a long time and stay in the service and all that
Right.
without learning something about your fellow man.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, when I see things like the devastation that's taking place right now at the Mississippi River and those tornadoes going through, my heart goes out to these wonderful people.
Yeah.
But what are we doing for them?
Nothing, because of charities, they don't do charities for them.
No, did you hear about the mayor in Alabama that he wouldn't allow the FEMA to bring in trailers because he didn't like the way they looked in his town? And meanwhile, these people are walking around with no homes.
There you go.
Yeah, we had that last week on our
So
show.
you say to yourself, people, I shouldn't talk about politics. Well, doggone it, I still love this country any way you look at it.
That's right.
I'll have my say whether they like it or not.
You know.
But I'm not saying anything bad that people don't know about it.
No, you're not saying anything that nobody doesn't already know. I mean, I love this country, but it's just too many people. Yeah, they love their country, but it's just like, well, it's not my problem. But they have no problem with speaking up and about complaining.
I want to ask Ernie something. Ernie, and even back when you were on your acting, was the Hollywood career all liberal back then also?
What do you mean? Liberal?
Like most of them are very liberal in Hollywood. The libertarians. like more Democrats or there's no like Republicans.
Was Hollywood as liberal when you were starting out as it is now?
A liberal, yeah, it was as liberal as you could possibly get, yes, but still you have mail coming through all the time, people asking for donations, people asking for this, people asking for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all Republican or Democratic, but that's about as political as it got,
I know, but
Right.
only one that was a Republican in Hollywood was Charlton Heston. Is that correct?
Yeah.
He was Moses.
Now,
You should have been in that movie. You should have been in the movie Ten Commandments.
There's an awful lot of Republicans and Democrats. Me, I vote, what the heck is it, they
Independent.
got a name for it, but I vote for the best man that I think is right for the
That's
party.
fine. That's fine.
Independent.
That's fine.
let me ask you a question. It's starting out in Hollywood early on. Did you see a lot of prejudicial treatment because you were an Italian American?
No, never.
No. All right, because
Never.
they say a lot of people, quote unquote, say Hollywood is run by
What part of Italy?
Jew. Oh yeah.
Tilio.
No,
Yeah.
no, I never heard anything like that. And matter of fact, people have been, over here they figure you on your capabilities.
Right. Well, this is the way it should be.
And they can make a buck with you, they'll do it.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
When's the last time
That's
you?
what it boils down to. Whether you're Irish or Jewish or
Right.
Italian or whatever, that's it. It boils down to, can he do the job? If he can, you're hired.
Ernie, when's the last time you've been back in Italy? When was the last time you've been there?
Well, I went back about 2 or 3 years ago, I think, but I've been back for a while, and I love that country. I think it's just marvelous.
Absolutely. Now,
Beautiful. Do you make your own wine also or no?
What's that?
Do you make your own wine? Do you make a homemade wine, a red wine or a white?
My father used to make it every year.
Oh wow.
He used to put me in the tub, when they used to put me And I said, Pop, please don't put me in there. I said, I got to go to gym class in the morning, and I'm going to have purple all over me.
Oh my God.
wow.
Hey,
And I stomp all those...
Listen, anytime you get to New Jersey, you come here. My mother will cook you fusillis with meat sauce with a little ricotta on the side, and you'll love it. Believe me.
Mamma mia.
Absolutely.
I will.
I got to ask you one last question. Being that you were in the war, for 10 years. Do you support this war? Do you agree with our presence there or not?
Let me have that again now. That's very important.
You served 10 years in the military. Do you agree with us being over there right now? Or do you, because I want to get your opinion from a guy who served.
I didn't agree with it from the time that we started in.
Right.
Just didn't think it should be, we should have kept our own nose clean and stayed here.
That's right.
I think we should have kept the troops here.
Take care of
Beautiful.
Now-
Beautiful.
It's awful hard to take a slap in the face like we did in 2001, but I'll tell you something. We would have saved a hell of a lot of lives, a lot of money, and we wouldn't be in the kind of situation we are today.
Oh, cool. Now, before we let you go, you remember the guy that was with me, Freddie?
Yeah?
Okay, he's gonna sing for you in Italian as a tribute to you because we love you.
We love you.
And Harry told us that we're the only interview that you're allowing, and we thank you for it. So Freddie's an operatic singer, so he's gonna sing a few lines for you in honor of your service in the movies, in the military, and just for being an all-around nice guy. So go ahead, Freddie.
Thank you.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
Can you hear me good, Mr. Borgnine?
I hear that.
I remember me. I sat down next to you. I heard you speaking to Carlo when we were at the show, at the Expo show, and I heard you speaking Italian, so I had to butt in because your dialect was very similar to mine. Would you like to hear the song Mama?
There we go.
Okay. My name is Ferdinando Tenore. My last name is Tenor. I am a tenor. It runs in my family. I just happen to have the same last name, so.
Va bene, caro mio.
Okay, you ready?
Here we go.
Mamma, sole per te la mia canzone vola. Mamma, sarai con me, tu non sarai più sola. quanto ti voglio bene, queste parole d'amore che ti sospira il mio cuore, forse non si usano più, mamma, ma la canzone mia più bella sei tu, sei nulla vita, e per la vita non ti lascio mai più.
Yeah, Freddie!
That was for you, Mr. Borgnine. Ernie, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
Somebody get me a
Mr.
Schvierdel before
Borgnine,
I
do you want to hear
die.
the second verse?
That's beautiful. Very lovely. What a great honor.
Thank you so much, sir.
Well, Ernie, I
I'm
know.
happy to talk with you again if you'd like.
Oh, we would love that. We would love that.
Anytime you have anything you want to promote, you tell Harry to call. You're a friend of the show for life. We love you. Ernest Borgnine, everybody.
Everybody, yes. Yay.
Ernie, thank you so much. And anytime you need
God
anything,
bless.
you
God
call on
bless.
the Wise Guys. God bless you.
My pleasure, my friend.
All right, take.
Thank you.
Ciao,
And,
ciao.
And thank Harry for Stata Buona.
All right. Say hello to everybody on the network.
You got it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Bye.